Hi guys, T here. For those of you that didn't know, yesterday was my birthday, so happy birthday me. But at the same time, I was also hospitalized yesterday, and I'm okay now, but I wanted to kind of let you guys know what was going on because I'm going to be taking a few days off to kind of settle. I am going to do Werewolves 101, Vampires 101, and a couple other Halloween themed things before the 31st rolls around, but I missed out on my birthday, so I'm gonna be a potato and lay on the couch and play Mario Maker for a few days and just kind of chillax for a while. Basically what happened was I how to put this? I started having trouble breathing and my heart started racing really, really hard, and whenever I was on my feet walking around, I got super, super dizzy. And Bree, who got home from her morning shift, called her insurance people, and they said to call 911. So we called 911 and we told the lady there what was going on, and she rather calmly told us to give me an aspirin and wait for paramedics. So we didn't have any aspirin in the house, and it was already getting kind of scary. That fan you're hearing is my computer, sorry. So the paramedics showed up, and they took me out onto the gurney and put me in the ambulance, and away I went. Happy birthday me. They decided, and I've got my paperwork here, they decided when I was at the hospital that I had atrial flutter. Now, if you remember your Schoolhouse Rock when they're talking about the circulatory system, your atrium is in your heart. You know, left and right ventricle, left and right atrium, come to its circulation. The atrium of my heart was not in time with the ventricle. My heart was out of sync with itself. So they put me on an IV drip, and they decided to give me something that I can't pronounce on another drip. And they said, okay, when did you eat last? And then da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, they went through all my medical history and stuff. Because I'm a very healthy guy. I was not registered at that hospital or at any doctor in Minnesota. And I've lived here for almost 3 years now. So there was lots of fun questions to do. But they said, yeah, we're going to give you until like 2 in the afternoon while we're giving you this drip of stuff. And if it doesn't work, then we're going to have to shock your heart back into time with itself. This terrified me because half the nurses kept saying, well, have you ever touched an electric fence? That's kind of what it's like. To which I replied, no, I'm not a moron. I didn't say that to them because you don't fuck with nurses. That's not cool. But in the back of my head, I'm going, no, I've never touched an electric fence. What the fuck is wrong with you? But basically, they were going to put a pad on the front of my chest and a pad on the back of my chest, and then it's similar to defibrillating, but they shock the heart back in time with itself. And I was having a lot of trouble, more effort to breathe, and just heart still racing. But by the time 2 o'clock rolled around, they put me in an oxygen mask, and they had like the needle of anesthetic, like straight out of a horror movie, like dripping right next to me. I had 4 nurses. They put the little pad things on me, and the doctor comes in to sign off on it, and she looks past me at my EKG, the heart rate and breathing and blood pressure and whatever the 4th thing is, I can't read it. And she starts grinning, and there's this like 5-second silence of me looking at one lady who's going to shock me, one lady that's going to put me under, one lady that's there to help, and then this grinning doctor. Was very unnerving. And she goes, oh, no, it looks like the such and such drip we gave you paid off just in time. We're not going to put you under and shock your heart. And I was like, oh, joy. So I probably arrived there at about 10, so 4 hours worth of whatever this drip was they were giving me. Slowed my heart down, not to the point where it was dangerous, obviously, because there are medications that help with rapid pulses, blood pressure, stuff like that. Whatever they gave me slowed my heart down, and it went back into time with itself. So, thankfully, I did not need to be touching any electric fences. That's a horrible metaphor, nurse, whatever your name was. And I was sent home. So they're going to have me in on, I think, November 3rd. Yeah. To do a, they called it an echo, but it's a, they're going to take pictures of my heart. The word is escaping me. Ultrasound. God. See how much I know about medicine. They're going to do an ultrasound of my heart on the 3rd. And have me carry around one of those little devices that'll keep track of what my heart's doing for like 24 hours so they can watch it and see if anything weird happens. So now I have to adjust my caffeine intake and adjust my chocolate intake because chocolate has caffeine in it. They gave me a Batman sticker. That was kind of cool. And so that was that. That was my birthday. That was my whole day, was sitting in that hospital bed. And obviously Bree was with me there the whole time, and my future mother-in-law was there to be my patient advocate, if you know what that is, and translate everything the doctors were saying, because she's a vet and she thinks she's a people doctor, but they use a lot of the same stuff on animals that they do on people, so there's plenty of overlap there. And she's old enough that, you know, when they were training doctors during the Vietnam era, they also trained vets to be people doctors, so she was a good wellspring of information. But yeah, I went in, they gave me something, I was better just before they were gonna stick me with that fucking anesthetic needle, and I did not have to be put under and go to surgery. But it was still very scary because I haven't been to a hospital since I got my wisdom teeth out, and I was like 15 then, so kind of scary, very taxing. I am okay, but that was my birthday yesterday. God. So on to happier things. I was going to do a birthday vlog to thank all my new subscribers and cool stuff like that, but that kind of got pitched out the window when I rode away in an ambulance. So thanks for joining the party. You know, welcome to the show. And I can hear some of you guys going, well, it's your birthday, T. Did you get any good loot? I did get some good loot. Several of my fans got onto Steam, since my Steam name is Cyranox, and I got a couple of free games from some super nice people. I got a Shadowrun game and a really cool card game called Hand of Fate, and I got Orcs Must Die. I'm getting ready to do a review on Orcs Must Die. Again, not today because I need to rest. But several free games for me to do reviews and stuff of. That's so cool that you guys would use your hard-earned money to give me games to review and play. I also got some new Pathfinder books, which you'll see them on the shelf, but I'm going to show them to you now. I got the Emerald Spire Super Dungeon, which I'm never going to get to play this because people online are crazy and they don't show up when they're supposed to. But it's I think a 15-floor dungeon with various factions and peoples on the different floors to deal with. It looked really cool, so I got that. I got, for my birthday, Mythic Adventures, which I think is the rough equivalent of the Epic Level Handbook for Pathfinder. I didn't think there was an Epic Level Handbook, but yeah, there is. They just named it something else. Mythic Adventures. What does it say? It includes playing as mythic characters, new mythic feats, new and supercharged spells, tons of monsters. Yeah, it's the epic level handbook for Pathfinder. And then I also got Ultimate Campaign, and I've been looking for Ultimate Campaign for a while now because it has detailed rules on how to run a kingdom. And I have always wanted to play something like the old Kingmaker games, where you run a country and the other players run a country, and it's kind of Game of Thronesy. But the Kingmaker boxes that I kept finding at like half-price books and stuff were like $90, and I couldn't bring myself to buy them. Not guaranteed a bunch of games with it. But this is like how to build a city, how to raise loyalty, bringing in concubines, family members, spouses, hiring people to live in your castle or in your town, culling rebellions, how to raise money, running into different relationships with different people, just how to run things on like a kingdom scale is in here. And that's only half the book, but I really wanted it for the running kingdom stuff. I might run a contest and say, he who would be king or she who would be queen, come forward, and I'll run a sort of side campaign, like a text-based campaign, to see how well one of you guys runs a kingdom. I thought that would be kind of cool. So I got 3 new Pathfinder books. What else? My mother came to visit from Virginia, and you guys know I live in Minnesota, so that's quite a distance. I got to show her the Mall of America and downtown where I live, and she said I wanted to show her that I don't live out on the tundra, because that's the impression that a lot of my family has, being this far north. But she said it's just like small town anywhere else America, so she left pretty happy. And then 2 days later, I was in the hospital. So my mother and my stepmother were both ready to jump on airplanes. So while I was in the hospital, so I had to make sure Bree was giving them updates constantly while I was laying in a hospital bed. But it was cool to see her for my birthday. That was nice. What else? I did get a couple of checks from family members, obviously. I might get a fat pack of Battle for Zendikar if you guys are into Magic the Gathering at all. I fought in the Phyrexian Wars, so I know exactly what it's going to be like. But Battle for Zendikar looks pretty cool, so I might get one of the box set things for that. That looks pretty cool. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of sit on my butt for a few days because that was very scary, going to the hospital for heart problems at age 28. And the best part of being at the hospital was they were very busy, so I saw a lot of different nurses while I was there. The lady that was going to take blood, the lady that was doing the EKG, and all that fun stuff. People talking to me, making sure I didn't need to pee, stuff like that. It sucks trying to pee laying on your back, God. But every single one of them had a different reaction when they found out, what's your last name? Because they have to check when they come in. What's your last name? What's your birthday? And I go, Lanham, and today. And just as, happy birthday, kind of sucks to be you expressions on all their faces. That was kind of funny. Anyway, that's pretty much all for now. I'm like I said, I have to cut back on caffeine and chocolate for a while. And I have to go in on the 3rd for an ultrasound. But I am okay, I promise. There was nothing life-threatening about this. I just had to correct my heartbeat, as scary as that sounds. But they didn't have to put me under. I didn't have to go to surgery. It was a sucky goddamn birthday, but I'm here. I'm alive. So, give me a few days, you guys, and I'll be out with more videos and stuff. So, until next time, keep gaming.